The views and opinions expressed in Media Litter Sandwich do not reflect on the views of the network, station, studio, website, sponsors, guests, hosts themselves, anyone or anything else associated or even not associated with this podcast. Maybe not even the person that said them. In other words, do your own research and do not sue anyone over what is said on this show.
Ooh, ice cream. Hi, can I have your ice cream? Welcome to Media Litter Sandwich, where we talk about, anything media related from, mostly from a creator point of view. I like to believe I'm a media creator. I have a couple of things out there. Few million YouTube views before I started this podcast. Whatever happened, I don't know. Anyways, I'm Toden from Toden.com and, of course, MediaLitterSandwich.com. You can find our show on many podcast apps and YouTube, youtube.com/TodenK. And where else can you find our show? If you want to listen, if you want to be the first person to listen and talk to me at the same time, on Tuesday nights, you can go to dvradio.net and listen to it there. Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 1900 Eastern Standard Time, since it is a dysfunctional veterans type thing. Or a veterans type thing. I don't know. dvradio.net. Tuesday nights, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm like shifting around. They made a couple changes to the studio. This video version is different than the audio version. Audio version, you can't see me trying to figure out why the mic is kind of leaning over. Luckily, at least they got me a different chair this time. Or different chairs in here. Listen to me sound all cocky. Hey, I want a chair that I'm not gonna fall over in. Unlike last week where I fell over 3 different times. One of the times it did make it into the final edit. It was right when we finished recording. I promptly fell out of my chair because I was hovering, so I didn't fall out again. And I did use 2 different chairs last week. But hey, I got a different chair. I got a wonderful glass of water. And really, the people here are wonderful. I'm recording out of Foundation Studio in the Foundation Hotel in downtown Detroit. And just down the street from me is the DCF Center, formerly known as Kobo. But yesterday, I'm recording on, today is August, what is today's date? August 28th. So yesterday, they redid the logo. So it is no longer Kobo. It is TCF Center, and I think they redid another logo on the other side of it today. So, goodbye the name Kobo. No one cares. Other than the people that don't want to change it all. It's a name. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Some people that if you want to know more about that, you could go and watch an episode I did with Dave Hernan where he did bring up the past of the person it was named after, and that was a long time ago. So, anyways, let's see here. I don't have a guest today, so I got a couple different topics today. I want to kind of tell you what's going on with my Facebook groups, and then I have a list to read about Facebook group rules that this list says you should implement in your Facebook group. And we'll go through that and hear my opinions on that. I don't know what else. I don't know. Facebook, something about podcast idea. Oh, I do have a podcast idea. I'll go through that too. But first things is whatever's top, and that is, I forgot to hit record the other day. I actually did a really cool interview. Hopefully, I'm not going to say who, because I'm really hoping to be able to reschedule them again for a third time. First time I forgot to hit record, and the second time there was a family emergency, which happens. That's why you have to remember to hit record, because if you can even get the guest a second time, you gotta hope nothing bad happens. And unfortunately, there was a family emergency, and it just couldn't work out. And I started a support group on Facebook. If you want to look for it, it's facebook.com/group/camera memes. The title of the group is I forgot to hit. No, it's not I. It's a forgot to press record support group. It's became just a place for me to post memes about not pressing record, audio stuff, camera stuff, video stuff. You know, that kind of thing. And it's where photographers are posting their memes as well and their instances. It's funny. I'm actually kind of glad I started it. I did it as a joke, thinking I was just going to play with it for a couple days and then forget about it. I'm still on at least like once every day or so, and I post something. I think it's kind of fun. And I do monitor other groups. I do monitor the Media Litter Sandwich group. Feel free to join in. You can even self-promote in that group. Just say something on the other posts. Right now, it's kind of boring. It's kind of dead. I shouldn't say my group sucks, which it doesn't suck. It's actually really cool. But if I didn't have a day job and did other things, I'd definitely spend more time in that group and create more topics, which is fun. It is fun in that group once we got some good topics rolling around and get that participation rolling. There's some other groups I've recently joined. I joined a No Rules podcast group, which I think it's still in the infancy, so it's not too bad yet. Usually a No Rules group, you get spam, 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 spam-de spam, spam-de spam, 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 spam. Basically, people self-promoting, not interacting, and that's all you see. Just, hey, I got a new episode. Hey, I got a new episode. Hey, check out my new episode. And it's funny because they mentioned this, like, hey, what are you guys' idea for a No Rules group? In another podcast group, and a lot of people wrote just that. And a lot of people didn't understand that, like, I just want to promote, man. That's not spam. Do you plan on checking anyone else's podcast out? No, I just want to promote. Do you plan on talking to anyone if they wrote down any other things? No, I just want to promote. Spam, 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 spam-de spam, spam-de spam, spam, spam. The microphone's attacking me. What is going on with this microphone? The microphone attacked me. Spam, 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 spam-de spam, spam-de spam. Spam, spam, spam. Yes, all you do is post something, don't interact, don't even hit like on any other post, you are spamming. You need to at least say hi once in a while or check in on someone else's topic. But luckily, so far, this group, there's been many topics, not just self-promotion, which is really, really cool. And a lot of memes. Someone posted, the admin posted something like, hey, it's been a while since we had a meme forced to be taken off or something like that. We had a post taken down, and so people posted some fun memes. That is pretty cool. Maybe it's not a group in its infancy. They're just opening it up to more people. I don't know. But I did bring up a question for group rules, because I've been several groups, many Facebook groups. I've even had a few groups. If you hear constructions, because there's literally construction right outside the window, which is why I choose the microphone I choose, because it's not pointing towards the window at all. It's pointed in the opposite direction, which sometimes picks up the music coming in from right over there. And in the lobby, the wonderful Foundation Hotel lobby, and the apparatus room, which is a wonderful restaurant. Always shout out to the people over there. And that's my phone. Apparently, I got added to another group. I didn't know Instagram had groups. Why is Instagram adding me to groups? I don't want to know. That was not planned, and I'm not going to look at it. My audio was already turned off. Do not disturb. Okay, so what was I doing? Ultimate rules for running a Facebook group successfully. This is posted on freelancertools.com. This was last updated. Didn't say when it was originally posted, but it was updated on July 29th, 2019. It does not list an author, so speaking about the spam, you usually want to know what you're reading. At least that's me. I always try to give credit to the author when they write down an author's name. I'm skipping over the introduction because nobody cares. Nobody cares. But although the last thing they say in the introduction is common sense rules. Yes. Anarchy and groups. Abusing. No. Wait, I don't. Oh, okay. Because it's yes, comma, anarchy and groups abusing, dash, no. So common sense rules, yes. Anarchy and groups abusing, no. What's wrong with a little bit of anarchy in your life? I mean, I think it depends on the group. I've mentioned this already. I want to say, I think it depends on the group. For entering the group, follow the anti-spam instructions. You answered all 3 pre-admission questions in a way that makes sense. Okay, so for my Media Litter Sandwich group, there are 3 questions, and if people don't answer them, they don't get in. At least that's the way it's supposed to work. If it's someone I know and I've talked to them off Facebook and stuff like that, and I've already told them what the expectancies are, I let them in. But if I don't know who they are and they don't answer the questions, then no. My questions are super simple. I believe my questions are you here to self-promote? Then after it says, self-promotion is okay. You just have to interact. Forgot what question 2 is. It's another easy one. And then question 3 is like, do you listen or have you ever heard of Media Litter Sandwich podcast? And after that, it says it's okay to say no. I mean, the second question is like, do you create media? Do you create media? Again, okay to say no. Because it's okay to say no. Oh, no. The second question is, are you okay with participating? We would like everyone to participate when they can, when you're interested in the topic. That makes sense, right? And honestly, if they say no to that, fine. As long as they don't say yes for self-promotion, no. And then I don't care I don't care if you've listened to Media Litter Sandwich before. I don't care. Just because the group is named after the podcast doesn't mean I care if you listen to it. I want you to listen to it. But if you don't want to, I'm not going to force you. It's okay. I'd rather have a good conversation than you not feel welcome because you don't listen to my podcast. It's okay. It's okay. Well, I'm in other groups where there's no questions. One of them, until the admin went, I don't know where he went. There was a no spamming rule. It was one of those. There's a weekly self-promotion link, and if you didn't post in that, well, then you didn't get to self-promote. It got deleted, and the admin went away, so everyone else will just self-promote, and now it's spamdy spam. So some groups use rules, some groups don't need, or the questions, not the rules, the questions. So the sample questions in here is, A, how did you find about this Facebook group? Who cares? They found it. Doesn't matter. What are your far experiences? That's what it says. What are your so far experiences regarding WordPress.org, self-host? Who cares? I don't know what group they're trying to write this for. Maybe it's a topic group. I don't know. What is your favorite rule in the group's rules? You can read our group rules here. Oh, so they can copy it. just to make sure they read it. That's nah. You are not banned in other groups. Number 2, they're not banned in other groups we admin or moderate. That makes sense, but who cares? I mean, give a dude a chance, give a person a chance. What if they were unfairly banned? You joined Facebook more than 6 months ago. Again, if you suspect the page of being a false page, I understand it. I think that's what we're getting into. The person belongs to less than 400 groups. What? Who? Oh, okay. Okay. You're allowed in if you belong to less than 400 groups. Okay. That, again, making sure they're human. Your Facebook profile is accessible to admins. I don't need to access it. I just need to see that you have a picture and that's been created. I mean, this says 6 months. I say 2 months, 3 months. Really, I just want to know that you're real. That's all I'm looking for. That you're real, that you have more than a certain amount of friends, they have at least 1 or 2 posts. But if it's all on private, I'm going to be less picky, but I need to see something. If you answered the questions, if there's questions for the group, that helps me avoid looking through your profile, you know? Yeah, if you have, because bots aren't answering questions. So that's ridiculous that they're going through all this and there's questions. I don't know. Prove me wrong. Your profile is active with fresh published posts. What if they have it on friends only? I mean, you can't see everything. I understand. I understand why people have their stuff set to friends only. Proper Facebook profile images. Okay. Avoid usage of improper face. Okay, well, I'm just going to skip all that. If you see a picture that you think's inappropriate as their profile picture, or are these their rules? I thought these are their pre-entry rules. Avoid the following in your Facebook profile. Man, they're totally reading everything. Why are they like Facebook stalking you before they even let you in? We only allow the classiest of Facebook Patreons in here. Not having any header image in their Facebook profile. Belonging to many affiliates, marketing, buying, selling, or similar groups. Well, what if your Facebook group's a collector's group? I'm in Jinko groups. Several of them are in many other Jinko and trading groups because they're looking for pants and they're a collector, or they're looking for whatever and they're a collector. So what? Professionals work in affiliate marketing, buying, selling, don't care. Works at Facebook, at student, at Google. I do have friends that work at Facebook and at Google. Well, maybe I don't have friends that work at Facebook, but I know people that do work at some of those places, at YouTube. However, if you're a YouTuber and you don't actually work for YouTube, I take that as you don't understand that you don't work for YouTube. You're a partner with YouTube. But sometimes that's not an option. Although you can say you work for a partnership with YouTube, that's fine. That actually makes more sense. Spam, strange, inappropriate posts on the user wall. Why are you Facebook stalking again? I mean, I understand those things, but if they pass every single one of those except for that one, I think I'll let them pass, I honestly, you have a lot of rules just to allow entry. If they miss that last one, someone else is posting spam and inappropriate posts on their wall, maybe they don't know that's on there. Or they're just like, I don't know, someone got hacked and they just don't feel like deleting it. Everything else, to me, if they were a spam page, they wouldn't just have that one thing. It would be many of these things. Oh, these are the group rules. Do rule number 1. Use English language only. Depends which group. Seriously, it depends which group. I don't know. Okay, I guess their example is WordPress groups in the American region is their example. Don't set a language rule. Okay, I mean, that does make sense. Unless the group is a bilingual group or something, or trilingual or international. Do rule number 2. Perform Google searches as well as search the group before asking your questions. I do understand, hey, before you ask this question, search Google first. Like if you're asking a question I don't know, what kind of microphones does this person use? When he has a fact page on his website. And no, let's go even further than that. Let's like how do you make ice cubes? I know that's a simple question, right? We'll just say, or how to make anything. Google the question first. Now, if you say, hey, when you're making ice cubes, can you put flavoring in the water? And how does that turn out? What do you suggest? That's something you can't Google. That you're looking for opinions. So that makes sense. The Google your question first before asking it. Now, the searching the group, I am in a group where people get really irritated at people asking the same questions. And I notice some people get irritated if you ask questions. It has been asked before, but it gets asked about like every 6 months or so. Not everyone knows how to search a group for questions. I think it's a heck of a tool, but not everyone knows it. And it does... Not everyone conscious that you can search a group because it's hard to search friends' timelines. I mean, I thought that was common sense. That a lot of people didn't understand that. Didn't they know about common sense Facebook rules? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm wrong. They're giving stupid examples. It's highly encouraged for you to search the group already. Go away. Now everyone knows that. Now everyone's going to read your 20-page rule book. Do rule number 3. Ask questions only related to the group's topic to share your knowledge with others. Well, how broad is the group's topics? I mean, I agree. Try to keep it somewhat related. Yeah, just keep it somewhat related. Some groups more related than others. Like if you're an event group, like if you're in an event group for one convention, a technology convention, and you're telling others to boycott a store that you used to work at. I don't care what technology they're using. It's not related. It doesn't matter, because that's an actual example I saw, and people were actually getting banned. They got banned from the group because they said, can we delete this post? People are getting really frustrated. People are trolling and insulting each other because this guy wants to. This guy is mad at his former employer. But they have technology, and that's relevant to our topics. We talk at the no. It's not about the technology. We could start a whole new technology thread. We can talk about that. But this is just a guy mad at his former employer. Even if they are bad to their employees, that's not. Also, I feel like event groups should be. You should be a little more professional in there. You shouldn't get things too personal. You should avoid emotional topics in a public-facing group. Yeah, public-facing groups, I think you should avoid being emotional to the point of getting into a fight. However, closed groups, again, it depends on the type of group. That's how I feel. It's not too emotional, is it? Let's see here. Be very descriptive in your questions by providing website links and or screenshots where it's warranted. Okay, so there are groups that I'm a part of or used to be part of that do not allow links. None so whatever. Like, I could start a topic and start talking about a new technology, or whatever I'm talking about, and provide the link to the new thing. And I get warned, and I get warned by the group saying, no, that's being deleted because no promotion of any kind, no outside links at all. And there's also groups that don't want pictures or they don't want any promotion. You could talk about the product, sort of. They don't. They're just gonna be like, oh, that's a link. No, they want to be lazy. So sometimes you can't do that. I do understand telling your stories, your topics, being descriptive, being directive. But what if you just want to be a conversational starter? They want to leave it a little more open. After all, that's kind of how you get groups going, is you get a conversation started. So you figure out what to be very direct or to be more open with your question. If you're more open with your question, you're probably going to get more answers. However, if you're looking for a direct answer, you should be more direct with your question, or else you're going to get answers to the question that don't really benefit you. But if you're starting a discussion, well, then that's different. Then you could be more open to continue the discussion. If you need help on a website, sharing your URL publicly in a discussion is obligatory. So members, no, nothing is mandatory, obligatory, none of that. If you're sharing credentials to a person you met in the group or to strangers, the group is not responsible for any damage it may cause. Yeah, but that's not a rule. That's the way things are. The question, I'd skip. Go to the next one. Play nice. Keep conversation civil. Cool. However, see, I'm finding exceptions to all these because there's a lot of different types of groups out there. I'm in insult groups. God, maybe I'm in over 400 groups. They won't let me in anymore. I'm in groups where people insult each other. Now there's still rules. You can't. There's a line. You don't tell somebody to harm themselves. That's the line. You don't tell someone to harm themselves. And that's pretty much the line. Maybe some other things. You don't threaten people. As for being civil, that's opinionated. However, again, if it's a public group, if it's an event group, I keep using that as an example. If it's an event group, yes, keep conversation civil. And yes, there's a lot of event groups that don't do that. There's event groups that will straight up be insulting people, and then lie about it. There's quite a few groups that will do that, lie about people, where the admins will straight up lie about people. It's ridiculous. You don't have any groups like that. We keep conversation civil. Again, open groups, definitely more professional than closed groups. Closed groups, you can move a little more. You can use insulting words that this is telling you no, but you do it in a jokingly manner. It should be in closed groups, conversations. Find a group that doesn't offend you beyond your level, because there are groups I'm in that people get so offended. Well, then don't join those groups. Like memes. There's memes that people find very offensive, little jokes and stuff like that. People find very offensive, and some that people don't. And that's not. And without me, I don't know how else to describe it, because I don't know what people get offended to, but people get offended by a lot of things. So I don't know what your border is. I don't know where your border is. Sometimes you can't make a joke about animes like Full Metal Alchemist, or bring up certain episodes that people. You can't make jokes about any show that may have an emotional episode and bring it up. If you make a joke about, you monster, that affected my youth, I'm offended. I use that example because to me that's a really non-offensive thing, unless you really, really dig and say more things than just making an innocent joke. Don't fight with staff. Don't fight with anybody. Don't say anything that might be blah, blah, blah. Rule number 6. You can mention your product that you're affiliated with if it's relevant to a specific tools discussion, but an inclusion, disclaimer, or affiliation. You're in a podcast group. Hey, check out my podcast. It's about such and such, such and such. Nothing's wrong with that. I just say interact more. That's all. Or, hey, does anyone know any good podcasts out there? Oh, you should. Hey, why don't you check out my podcast? If you like blank, blank, and blank, maybe you'll like this. Nothing wrong with that. I think that's okay. I don't think you need to I don't think. I don't know. If I say check out my podcast, I'm already saying that I'm affiliated with it. Now, if I say there's a great pizza place down the street, you should check that out, and I own that pizza place. Yeah, maybe I should have said I owned that pizza place. Now I wish I owned a pizza place. Rule number 7: you can ask for private paid support only if you turn your posts commenting off. I don't understand. You can ask for private/paid support only. Okay, now don't abuse the group's generosity. If you fail to do so, your post will be deleted. What does that mean? Is that like, hey, here's my donation page, here's my link, and then you turn the commenting off so no one can ask follow-up questions? That doesn't make sense. I don't like the whole turning comments off at all. I like interaction. In some of my groups now, I am at least for myself. I think I have a rule now where I won't post a Facebook. I won't post a YouTube video or a Facebook video for that matter if the commenting's turned off. If you can't comment on the video, or I wish I could say that about articles, but there's a lot of articles without comment sections. But I won't post a YouTube video that has the comments turned off. I won't do it. I prefer the interaction. Don't's Facebook group page. Don't. I feel like some of these were in the do's. Don't publish by yourself the following. God, am I the only one that think this English is hard? Don't publish by yourself the following posts, comments, polls, spams, blah, 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 promotions, plugins, updates. It goes on. Cyber Monday, games contest, license transfer, tools, other paid channels, blah, 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 blah. I don't understand. No spam. Let's just say no spam. Yeah, no spam. Don't promote, ask for illegal hacked software downloads. Okay. I can understand. Don't ask for anything illegal. I've seen plenty of people say things like, hey, where can I watch so-and-so for free? And then people go, well, I can't legally tell you how friends of mine get it other than yo ho, dot. Makes sense. But But sometimes they really, now if they say, hey, where can I download an illegal copy? No one's going to say, where can I download an illegal copy? They're going to say, hey, where can I watch such and such? And maybe it's on a streaming site. Maybe it's on Netflix and Amazon Prime. You don't know. Maybe it's free on Crunchyroll. I feel like that question is a little bit outdated. Now, if they say, where can I download no, because they're not going to. I know people do it. It's mostly student groups. I'm not trying to generalize here, but the only times I really remember seeing where people can ask where to download, illegally download things was student groups. It's usually student groups that do that because they don't have money. But yeah, don't ask for that because someone's reading it. Because no one wants to incriminate themselves. And by asking for it, you're incriminating yourself. Don't ask for support for paid softwares. We don't play. Please. What? Why can't you ask for support? Why can't you ask for help? Hey, I don't understand. I'm having an issue with my software. Is something wrong with my software, or is it other people experiencing this? I mean, you might be helping someone else out. As long as you're not going into too tech detail, it depends what it is, but you're asking for help. I think that's okay. Don't ask professionals in the group to do extensive free or voluntary work on your site. That I understand. In an editor's group, hey, who can edit a thing for me? Can someone help me out? How much you paying? What do you need? Oh, I just need someone to start editing my podcast for me. I'm out. But you might find someone although I've seen that work for people numerous times. I've seen people that play games with me online. How much do you charge for a video? Well, it depends what you want. I mean, and I'm doing other things, and eventually I'm just like, I throw a price out there, not knowing what they want. Why don't you tell me what you want? Give me a good detail thing, and then we could talk offline. It's hard to do that in a group sometimes. But really, just don't. I don't think that's wrong asking for help. However, I think it's wrong if you're looking for someone to work for you for free. Like if you join an editor's group and you don't edit anything, and you're asking someone to edit your stuff for you, you should be willing to pay. And I still don't think you're in the right place for it, but you don't go, hey, who can do this thing for me for free? It depends on the level, but really, if it says, yeah, really, it depends on the level of the group, but how do you decipher the level of the group? I mean, this is a very gray territory. How do you figure that out? Comment below on how you figure that out. And yes, if it says YouTube on it, it doesn't mean that they're amateurs. It doesn't. But no, I think that's interesting. I wouldn't know how to figure that out. Although I do think that maybe they're just looking for a new friend or someone that can point them in the right direction. But I am against people that can pay if they own their own company with employees and they're trying to get people to do work for them for free. I think they should be like, no, you should pay something. And there's other places to start than just going into Facebook groups, Facebook support groups or networking groups or whatever. I think you have other options, such as Fiverr. Fiverr is a good option. Also, asking the groups that you're in, if you're a salesman and you're in a salesman, hey everyone, hang out group, ask them who's doing their video editing. Ask your colleagues. Do something like that first. But I'm not going to look down on someone that is legitimately looking for help unless they're looking to screw somebody over. I'm not going to look down on them. I'm not going to be working for them for free though. I'd rather just not have the job. I'm not looking for a freelance job in a networking group So I have no problems turning one down in the networking group. Don't rule number 5. I guess we're just going through the numbers again. Don't auto post or over post. It depends what they're posting. If they're bored all day and they're posting meaningful conversation, who cares? Number 6, don't ask for a general review of your site. What if it's that kind? Okay, so their example here is a WordPress group. What's wrong with asking for a review of their site? I mean, now if they don't participate and it's just another way of trying to spam their site, yeah, don't do that. But if you're legitimate, if you are participating in the group, if you are interacting, you did something cool, something new to your site that you thought, I'm not quite sure if this works or not. Why not? I think I think that's a little bit different from that's your first post in a group versus you've been in that group for a couple weeks or months or whatever. And people kind of know your name. I think that's the difference. I think your first day posts are different than your 1 month posts because you shouldn't, your first day, but your first day post be like, hi, I'm so-and-so. Oh man, I'm belching. Your first day post like, hi, I'm so-and-so. And if appropriate, here's my site. Here's this or this, if it's a group where that's allowed. Or, hey, I'm so-and-so, this is a podcasting group. So I just want to say I've been podcasting for an amount of time. Since this is a non-self-promotion group, yada, 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 yada. I won't pull blah, 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 blah. A little bit something if they want people to introduce themselves. Or first day post, you just say what's on your mind without spamming. Just doing a non-spamming way. But I don't care. I don't care if you ask for a review. Don't care, just as long as you interact. No public mentions of PMs, DMs in the group allowed. Don't offer or ask publicly in the group help via PMs, DMs, ask for helping members. We in the group where we help share. Well, you can't say, but you're already telling people you can't ask for reviews directly. Okay, it goes on to say, don't spam, pretty much. I thought I heard someone knock behind me. So the explanation goes on to just say, don't spam. It says, don't look through the member page and then sending them private messages advertising yourself. Yeah, don't spam. Don't use the group page as a roster for your spamming. Possible consequences if you don't follow the group rules. Oh. Don't break the rules. Blah, blah, blah. 1, your post comment can be deleted, or you can be muted, or you can be removed, or you can get banned, or you can get banned from all sister groups for all the good things. Groups disclaimers. I don't care anymore. Groups disclaimers. Whatever you say here, you said them. And we're not at fault for anything. I think that's already on Facebook's policies, so therefore you don't need that disclaimer. Oh, God. Oh, just common sense. Don't spam. And if you do spam, the groups probably might either will do something like ban, like just straight up tell you once or twice and then ban you. That's all. I don't really know what to say from here. I'm just going to sit here and drink my water. Comment below on how you figure that out. And yes, if it says YouTube on it, it doesn't mean that they're amateurs. It doesn't. But no, I think that's interesting. I wouldn't know how to figure that out. Although I do think that maybe they're just looking for a new friend or someone that can point them in the right direction. But I am against like people that can pay if they own their own company with employees and they're trying to get people to do work for them for free. I think they should be like, no, you should pay something. And there's other places to start than just going into Facebook groups, a Facebook support groups or networking groups or whatever. I think you have other options, such as Fiverr. Fiverr is a good option. Also, Asking the groups that you're in, if you're a salesman and you're in a salesman, hey everyone, hang out group, ask them who's doing their video editing. Ask your colleagues, do something like that first. But I'm not going to look down on someone that is legitimately looking for help unless they're looking to screw somebody over. I'm not going to look down on them. I'm not going to be working for them for free, though. I'd rather just not have the job. I'm not looking for a freelance job in a networking group, so I have no problems turning one down in the networking group. Don't rule number 5. I guess we're just going through the numbers again. Don't auto-post or overpost. It depends what they're posting. If they're bored all day and they're posting meaningful conversation, who cares? Number 6, don't ask for a general review of your site. What if it's that kind? Okay, so their example here is a WordPress group. What's wrong with asking for a review of their site? I mean, now if they don't participate and it's just another way of trying to spam their site, yeah, don't do that. But if you're legitimate, if you are participating in the group, if you are interacting, you did something cool, something new to your site that you thought, I'm not quite sure if this works or not. Why not? I think that's a little bit different from that's your first post in a group versus you've been in that group for a couple weeks or months or whatever. And people kind of know your name. I think that's the difference. I think your first day posts are different than your 1 month posts because you shouldn't, your first day, but your first day post be like, hi, I'm so-and-so. Oh man, I'm belching. Your first day post like, hi, I'm so-and-so. And if appropriate, here's my site. Here's this or this. If it's a group where that's allowed. Or, hey, I'm so-and-so. This is a podcasting group. So I just want to say I've been podcasting for an amount of time. Since this is a non-self-promotion group, yada, 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 yada. I won't put blah, 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 blah. A little bit something if they want people to introduce themselves. Or a first day post, you just say what's on your mind without spamming. Just doing a non-spamming way. But I don't care. I don't care if you ask for a review. Don't care, just as long as you interact. No public mentions of PMs, DMs in the group allowed. Don't offer or ask publicly in the group help via PMs, DMs, ask for helping members. We in the group where we help share. Well, you can't say, but you're already telling people you can't ask for reviews directly. Okay, it goes on to say, don't spam, pretty much. I thought I heard someone knock behind me. So the explanation goes on to just say, don't spam. It says, don't look through the member page and then sending them private messages advertising yourself. Yeah, don't spam. Don't use the group page as a roster for your spamming. Possible consequences if you don't follow the group rules. Oh! Don't break the rules. Blah, blah, blah. 1, your post comment can be deleted, or you can be muted, or you can be removed, or you can get banned, or you can get banned from all sister groups, for all the good things. Groups disclaimers. I don't care anymore. Groups disclaimers. Whatever you say here, you said them. And we're not at fault for anything. I think that's already on Facebook's policies, so therefore you don't need that disclaimer. Oh, God. Oh, just common sense. Don't spam. And if you do spam, the groups probably might either will do something like ban, like just straight up tell you once or twice and then ban you. That's all. I don't really know what to say from here. I'm just going to sit here and drink my water. What else more can I say other than if you are shopping on Amazon, use Smile.Amazon. Everything's the exact same. If you weren't using Smile.Amazon, if you're just using normal Amazon or Amazon Prime, whatever. Except for if you use Smile.Amazon, you pick a charity, A charity gets a little bit of very small percentage of what you're purchasing at no cost to you. It's like if you're using someone's affiliate link, XFR7, giving that person a small percentage of whatever without any cost to you. You're giving it to a charity of your choice. My choice is DV Farm. Look it up. It's cool. By the way, I'm on DV Radio every Tuesday night. You tell me what time I'm on, because I am now quizzing you. And you know what? Talk to me. I'm in groups. I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, including the Media Litter Sandwich group. I'm in a lot of groups, including the Media Litter Sandwich group. And I got pages. The Media Litter Sandwich page, the Totem page. Both of them have websites. You can find me on many podcast apps and YouTube, possibly somewhere else, probably somewhere else, including Spotify. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed our discussion. Feel free to interact. Yeah, I know I said that a bunch of times. Interact. Just don't spam. Yeah. And may the algorithms be in your favor.